Hello, I'm Dr. Gary Gruber with Chem Wellness Institute, and we're having an interview today with a friend and colleague, Dr. John Goodman. Dr. Goodman is a graduate of the Bastyr University naturopathic medicine program in 1999. He specializes in weight loss solutions for his patients, where he focuses on metabolism, food sensitivities, life circumstances, and other obstacles such as addiction or dependence on food or other substances. By focusing on the solution, he focuses not on the problem, but he focuses on the solution. Dr. Goodman empowers his patients to little by little change and become healthier. He's also the author of The Omega Solution, a guide to the health benefits of essential fatty acids. And today we're going to speak with him about metabolism and weight loss. So I want to welcome Dr. John Goodman. How are you today, John?
Very well, Gary. How are you?
Good, thank you. So I know you're a very busy guy and you do a lot of work with patients on weight loss, diet management, and tell me, I know that you have a little bit of a specialty in this area as well, that you really do focus on metabolic rate. So tell me, what is resting metabolic rate and why is it important?
Well, your resting metabolic rate is the rate at which you burn calories, and it's expressed as the number of calories burned during an entire day, a 24-hour period. And the way it's resting, the fact that it's resting, reflects what you would burn doing essentially nothing all day.
But that's not normally the case. People are doing something all day long. So when they're doing stuff, that changes their metabolic rate?
It does. It does change your metabolic rate. But the resting or basal, there's two different expressions. But the resting metabolic rate is a foundational rate, is a basic rate that the other activities can be based off of. So by knowing what somebody's resting metabolic rate is, we can determine how much they would burn doing exercise and doing their daily activities, and therefore how many calories they burn in a day.
I see. And so how is metabolic rate tested?
There are different techniques for testing metabolic rate. The test we use employs a technique called indirect calorimetry, and that's a fancy word for how much oxygen your body is using up. So by knowing how much oxygen your body is using up for its needs, there's an equation based on that gives one a rate for that person.
Do you do metabolic testing in your office? Or
Yeah, we do it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go. I was just asking if do you have to send people a special lab to do it, or do you do it in your office?
I do it in my office. It's a 10-minute test. Patient comes in. One has to fast for this test. One needs not to have exercised. Drinking water is fine. It's a 4-hour fast. Again, the idea is that your metabolic rate is calmed down to its resting level. And after a 10-minute period, it's fairly comfortable. You're lying down, your head's propped up a bit, and you're breathing in the tube for 10 minutes. And the machine calculates the oxygen that's used up and gives us a number that we use.
And so that number that you have, what does that mean to the patient?
That number does, Gary, is it gives the patient an idea of how much energy they're using up, so they can figure out how they can try to either lose weight or maintain their weight. Also, it gives them an idea of what they may or may not need to do with their diet to change how the metabolic rate is.
I see. Is it possible for a patient to change their resting metabolic rate?
It is. There's a couple of ways that can happen. You can increase your lean muscle mass through exercise. You can also increase it through incorporating more lean protein in your diet. Another major way that has been borne out in research is that by eating a lower amount of carbohydrates in your daily diet, you will increase your metabolic rate.
So metabolic rate is all about how someone burns calories. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're not doing anything but just resting, if we can say raise that resting metabolic rate, then we will burn more calories.
That's right.
And then on the other side of the equation is how many calories we consume. So we can adjust this depending upon what our goal is, whether it's weight loss or weight gain.
That's right. That's right. If you're trying to gain weight and your metabolic rate is such that maybe you're wondering why you're not able to gain weight, and you may happen to have a very high metabolic rate, that certainly could be the case.
So that's really great information to empower the patient on whatever their goal might be.
Absolutely. I have to say that I don't tend to see too many people that are looking to gain weight, and that's probably a good problem to have, unless clearly I don't want to make light of it, that could be a bad health concern for somebody. But people come to me for help with losing weight, helping lower their cholesterol or improve their cholesterol profile, getting their blood sugar down. These are the big issues we're facing as a country in our trying to get healthier. And looking at metabolic rate for me is an important component of trying to help with all of those issues.
That's great. Well, John, I thank you for your time today, and hopefully we can do this again. One of the things I'd like to talk to you about maybe the next time is maybe give us a case, just a simple case that,
Sure.
How this all shakes out from testing through, a diet plan, whether a patient is changing their metabolic rate to increase it or lower it. I think this is really phenomenal information to help patients with weight management. So let's see. I think what I want to show everyone is a way to get in touch with you. Can you see that okay, John? You've got a picture of Dr. Goodman
Yes.
with his website and his email address, and either one of those will get you to Dr. Goodman if you'd like to speak with him about managing your weight. So let's see, go back here. So I just want to thank you again, John. Have a good day.
Thank you, Gary. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.